this video, I transformed 2D YouTubers into a fully fledged 3D models, and we are starting with jiggy animations. The first part we're going to make is the head. We need to actually get the features of the face right, such as the head, the chin, the eyes, the mouth, the neck, and it will take hours to do. Nope, I just slapped something by the keyboard now. And that's my head. Okay, right now I'm creating the body part of jiggy animations, which you might be looking at this weirdly because it looks like I'm combining random cubes together. And you're right, that's exactly what I'm doing. It will allow me to have the correct proportions of the final model. Right now though, this is looking nothing like jiggy animations, and instead looking like a character from Silent Hill 1. I have a feeling that if I show this to somebody and claiming that it's jiggy animations, they believe that I'm on drugs. And this is where sculpting comes into play. What I did was that I combined all the objects, went to sculpt mode, and added remesh. It magically made all the objects that was once separated into one blended mesh. I also added some more details around the body, more specifically the clavicle area. And boom! Look at that! Now we're getting somewhere in life. The next step is that we need to connect the head model with the new body, which... How about you should just remesh it like you did earlier? Ah, yeah, that's a good idea. No. Because I have to keep a low poly mesh to make the mouth later on, and I think that modeling instead of sculpting would be a better play. Luckily, there's a process in 3D modeling called retopology. I don't even know what topology means. But right now on screen, you're seeing me painting over this model. Well, that's because the color is where the path of the polygons will go in order to make the model flow smoothly. Now, after painting the thing, which kind of looks like an astronaut, I cut the vertices over the neck area of the head to start the actual retopology. I just let you know, retopology is just basically making a high-res model into a very low-res model. Okay, until the time lapse. Alright, I got the main model upper done. But still, if you're looking at this right now, you still probably not know that it's jiggy animations because the other part of her character is her hair. So what I did was that I just modeled a simple cube, extruded it to the shape of the hair, and I used curves to create the hair tuft. And now it is time for the face, which luckily only has the eyes and the mouth. I am aware that jiggy uses two different eyes, one that is just a black dot, and the other is bigger eyes. I decided to pick the black eye because it's a lot easier to make. For the mouth, I insert a face, then delete the polygons to create the whole of the mouth, then I extrude the faces to create the palates. Now, I did originally create two separate teeth, but looking at her animations, she does have teeth, but it looks like it's just all one together. So I deleted the top part to make the bottom as the other teeth. It's kind of weird seeing this in a different perspective, especially in 3D, but I think it kind of works. And the tongue is just somewhat straightforward. It's a very blocky shape with subdivision on. And yippee! We got a finished jiggy animations model. However, she's an animated character, which means we have to give it life. Otherwise, she's just T-posing forever. In order to make this into a living thing, we have to put a skeleton on top. No, not that skeleton. This, an armature. It's basically like a structure of bones that are used to control the movements of a 3D model. Which does sound simple enough, but the more you dig in, you will have to learn a lot about constraints, drivers, whatever this is. Instead of all of that, I use a thing called a Wigify armature, made by Nathan Beckdahl. And he made this in order to help artists to focus only on animation and creativity rather than spend time on technical rigging and nerd stuff. However, you can see here that the face rig does not match with the actual face. So I decided to break those bones and added my own. I then connected the armature with my mesh, and look at this! God, voice crack. She is able to move finally. But I feel like I'm missing something here. Something nest-worthy. Oh yeah, Geno owns 2 birds, Ari and Tofu. Of course I have to include them. I started modeling Ari in a realistic way, but I realized that it will probably not fit with this cartoony vibe I'm going for. So instead, I decided to use these plushies as references. And this is what I made. Look at that thing. So I got the base modeling done. It is time to start coloring Ari. Alright, let's color it. What the? There we go, we got it finished. And it totally did not take me 10 years to figure out what U-run wrapping is. Honestly, Toby is somewhat of a similar bird to Ari, so I duplicated everything and recolored the skin. I also added happy eyes because Toby is more of a playful bird than Ari. Alright, got the bird. She's still keep posing. I decided to pose her like her own profile picture with the birds on top of her head. And after some tweaking and testing some different lights, I rendered the final animation. And I will show it to you at the end of the video. For now though, let's move on to... I couldn't find any good characters for the artwork until I found this photo. While I was drawing the reference, I realized that this is going to be the same type of character like Geno's animations, but much more easier because it doesn't contain exact human anatomy. So I modeled the body with like no effort and the face like Geno's. But while I was modeling this, I realized that something is wrong. You see, Geno's mouth is usually at the bottom part of the head, which like all the artists out there do. So I applied that to the same thing to the Arnold's Out model. But I saw that his mouth is usually around the center, which is kind of weird. And also means that I have to redo his mouth again. After fixing his face, I started posing his character. And the beauty of posing is that you can legit do whatever you want with your character. But in the end, I decided to pose him like his profile picture because it is very iconic to the rest of us, and also his original comic is funny. And if you see this render view, you can see that the background is super empty, and that's no good. I got a lot of inspirations from these cute little artworks that I found in Instagram. So I decided that is going to be my style for the background. I created the trees using a single vertex, extruded the vertices to make like a shaped tree, then used a scale modifier to make the faces of the bark. For the leaves, I used a thing called a meta ball, which generates procedurally when it collides with another object. And so I stacked multiple balls together to form the tree. And then I added all the miscellaneous stuff around the background. Because of the profile picture taking place outside, we have to use outdoor lighting. I tried looking for good HDRIs online. However, it either contains clouds, which the profile picture does not contain, or the lighting is an automatic bust. Luckily, Blender comes with their own sky texture called the sky texture, where you can customize the outdoor lighting to your liking. I also add a plane in front of the camera to simulate fake fog and add some depth of field to create our final animations. And yeah, that's it. This is my first time creating something in a cartoon style. I do think Jaden's eyes look a bit weird at the end, especially if he's looking up, and James kind of looks like... To be honest though, I think I did a pretty good job. Now, if you think this looks cool, then you should check out this video over here, where I showcase what would happen if the amazing digital showcase and murder drones did a collab.